and those can actually lead to different places in the Dark World. And right away, we're off. Starting off with in Link's house with a red boomerang. We have Hitsuyan and Goomba today on the restream, along with 17 other players or 15 other players.
17 total, actually. We've got Goomba and Hitsuyan with the 15 others, brave souls that are deciding.
Yep, and already out of the gates, they're going to do a fake flipper that actually allows them to do a really early check in the witch's hut. Because remember, this is the entrance are randomized much worlds and their locations, and right out of the gates there is the sound.
Oh yeah, so finding a dungeon this early is pretty awesome. Now, as a quick heads up, you still are in Dark World, even though, yes, you don't have the Moon Pearl right now. These enemies still do the same amount of damage, so you gotta be real careful getting into this area super early.
Right there, we picked up the Eastern Palace map. The map's in the game, and if you're not familiar with Keysanity, so the items and all dungeon mountains are randomized all around Hyrule along with the items, and the maps allow you to look at the map, look at your map to see if it's a crystal or a pendant, because you can't go off of the music to determine, oh, this is a crystal, oh, this is a pendant. No, you can't. You have to rely on the maps.
Yep. So not only is it a lot more entertaining to watch, it is uber insanely difficult to play.
No kidding, and already at the bets, both players taking a death warp to leave Feast Town.
Now, another fun part I enjoy about Crossworld Keysanity is not only the complexity of it, but you gotta have a notepad or something open, because you will get lost. If you do not notate where things are, it's gonna be surprised everywhere you go.
Yeah, no kidding, because, again, all the entrances are randomized.
Oh, including that one. Typically, that room is used to perform the Houlihan, which is what we're seeing Hitsuyan doing right now. Looks like that was actually the Magic Bat King.
Yeah, and Hitsuyan grabbing the 225 rupees from the Houlihan room.
Good idea to start with a decent amount of money. That way you can buy bombs and, of course, the inevitable Zora check when the time comes.
Exactly, and they can only do it once per race, so, yeah.
Hey, that 225 can go a long way.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Wise thing for both players to be checking this area real quick. Now, as a bit of fun info, as you guys may have noticed, those two areas that we've checked so far, the Houlihan area and this Uncle area, both happen to be a set location where they each have specific... where everything is shuffled, drop-downs are only shuffled within themselves.
That is correct, meaning that one of those drop-downs will lead to Ganon, so... Once we find that, then it's smooth sailing, and we got pretty much a French vanilla location where the front of the castle tower leads to Aga Tower.
So, is this castle the new Paradox?
Maybe?
Alright, so for the rest of the game, it's going to be Paradox Tower.
Pretty much. It's here now dropping down into the well. That would typically be the well. Oh, whoa! We got a fire rod.
Oh, nice. Some damage.
And we end up actually at the, outside the pyramids. Interesting, location for that.
Oh, yeah. Another little bit of info, Link's house is the only one that's guaranteed to be outside of Link's house. Every other spot, whether it be the sanctuaries we just found or the Death Mountain save, will actually lead you to another place.
Right there, Goomba and Hitsuns. Eventually, we're going to be picking up that big key to Turtle Rock using Super Bunny.
Ooh, that's always a nice find early on. Now, the joys of Keysanity are few and far, but for the crazy ones like us that enjoy running them, you kind of get that feeling that you need to do in all dungeons with most Keysanities, because as Professor Render explained earlier, every chest in the game is going to be randomized, so small keys, big keys, maps, compasses, what have you. You got, and you can't really skip everything in what you do in normal and standard.
Not at all. Goomba finding a dark room, or the what would normally be the light rolled gambling game. I don't know.
Oh, found the Dan entry. Nice.
Nice. And that actually leads to a small key to Desert Palace in the first chest. That's where normally the entrance to the race game would be.
Now, an early find like that is really good because, thankfully, they decided to go ahead and be nice to the players when they had made this variant of the ROM. And when you pull the dam, it stays. So no matter what you do, it's going to be flooded.
Yeah, so that way you don't have to worry about pulling the dam again if you want to open up, say, Swamp Palace or doing other checks and such. The library is actually the fortune teller. Outside of that house, actually, probably, I think it would be the front of the tavern. That is actually Bumper Cave, the exit to Bumper Cave.
Ooh.
Oh, we found Ganon.
Alright, so we know that the magic bat leads to Ganon, and that's going to be really helpful for later.
Also, there's plenty of places you can actually go and get some hints from.
Oh yeah, that's the nice thing about the entrance shuffle, is it doesn't play off the same hint structure that we do with the standard and the open seat. So you can go ahead and get hints from virtually anyone that used to be used for us.
Yeah, that is correct. One of them actually leads to one of them that I caught was that Swamp Palace actually leads to a common shop.
Oh, and that is something interesting here. Funny enough, this is the only room that's never going to be randomized because it is the only one that actually has an entrance going down.
That is correct. Only the ones that lead to the top, that's from the north side, counts. I actually found Paradox Cave there. We're gonna be in that mirror though, in order at least to get those 7 items.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna be finding out that Magic Bat leads to Ganon. Right, here we go. Ice Palace leads to a connector.
Oh, that could actually be the upper part of Paradox. Or even Super Bunny Cave.
Yeah, that is correct. There are a lot of places that can be. There are some places that can be a connector, kind of like Turtle Rock. It comes to mind, and I don't know if that counts too.
I believe it does. Just outside of the Mimic Cave area.
Yep, and we did find there is a map to Hyrule Castle, but that doesn't really tell us much. It's pretty much one of the more useless maps in the game.
What are you talking about? That tells us where Aghanim is.
Well, yeah, that's true. Oh, wait, really?
No, of course not.
That's what I thought. And we find Lumberjack Cave, and that's only a heart piece. Oh, we found Ice Palace.
Oh, that's a nice early find. That's another fun part right there. With early Fire Rod, that may be pushing them towards Ice Palace to check their chest once they get the hand.
Ooh, big pull here, 300 rupees.
Getting more money for that Zora find. Ooh, and that's the front entrance to. Alright, so we know where they need to go for those parts.
Now going north into the fortune teller, that actually leads to what is normally hammer pegs.
Oh,
and
nice.
Getting a small key for Tower Hera.
Hey, that's good. 2 single key dungeons out of the way already. It's gonna be great when they.
Now, one thing to note too is that things like the entrance to Lost Woods does not count. So, yeah.
Yeah, specific overworld map areas like this, just going from one grid to another. Oh, and a mirror. It looks like Uncle is just looking at himself.
Oh, with that, we actually can open up the 7 items in Paradox Cave. I'm gonna get a small key to Ice Palace.
One of the less useful items.
And only a heart piece that's growing up there.
I sure do love my wild grown heart. It's delicious.
So the great thing about Cross Keys is that like all these places that normally you would skip out on, and that's like these rooms that normally you skip out on, they're all going to be checked because again they're all randomized spots themselves.
Indeed, and I believe that wasn't Lumberjack right there, so I think that was actually one of the great fairy.
Yeah, that was one of the fairy drop down.
Well, that's good. We don't have to worry about anyone having to go fight Aghanim for something special. Oh, and this is a smart play on Goomba's side. With that mirror in hand, he's going to go ahead and check the entry for the castle on both the left and the right side.
Yeah, because those actually are. They're pretty much. They might look identical, but they're not. But we actually find the old man.
Oh, that's a good find there.
Both sides are drastically different, and there's Desert Palace on the opposite side.
Alright, so that's 3 dungeons down so far. Hitsin finding yet another worthless key. But to be fair, most players would at least need 1 small key to finish off Misery Mire.
So, he also finds a berry in a bottle, but once we find Sick Key, we can check that.
Good backup for this early in. Ooh, and another useless key.
Also find the bug net inside the Kakariko well location of that.
Ooh, nothing really that useful inside Paradox. Now, thankfully, the way this is set is you can actually get access to 2 more exits/entrances here. So he's going to take this opportunity to check and see what Paradox leads. And it looks like just the house to the left side of the...
Or normally that is, in the light world, the witch's hut, if I'm correct?
I believe so, yes.
It's him taking a fall, but thankfully he has that berry, so he's back to life there. And there's another dark location. That actually leads to the Dark World version of what Agina's cave would be like. And we also find out that Bombos is required for Mystery Mire. At least to open up the entrance for that.
Very nice. Oh, and we get the entry to Spectacle Rock. Very nice, so we can get another hint tile and get an item.
And a note from entrance if a successful bomb jump off. There's actually two if you don't even decide not to jump down. 20 rupees here, but...
And the best hint ever. Beans do definitely taste good on toast.
Actually, speaking of Spectacle Rock, we find the entrance that leads to you've seen the Spectacle Rock item.
And good call for Hitzian. He's not going to risk the bomb jump as of yet. He's going to go ahead and check a little bit later.
Ooh, we got Laser Bridge.
That is an excellent find right there. And smart play, going ahead and get those invincibility, can dive right past that little jelly and the BMOs.
Mm-hmm.
And smart resetting the entry.
Yep, that's a good idea. 10 arrows and... Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's got to time this just right. And he gets it to get a mushroom. Not bad.
Yeah, timing on that's a little bit tricky. It's him taking another death, but it's alright. He's got plenty of time to get that first one. Oh, Agina leads to Tower of Hair. Which leads to a shield.
For Goomba. Let's see if he can time it to get this last chest. And he does.
Flippers in the basement. And a hammer.
Excellent finds for both of our runners here. So as long as we can get ourselves some magic, then Desert Palace is full clearable. Well, of course, once Hitzian finds a suitable weapon.
Yep.
And Goomba, yeah, getting an excellent find with that hammer. That's going to open up a lot.
So what Hitzian's trying to do is he's going to do an alternate version of a Super Bunny where you mirror on the same frame you enter a door. If you time it just right, you'll be able to open up the chest and enter Super Bunny state.
Yep, and although that chest that he's going to is technically in the light world, because he entered from the dark world, he is stuck in that bunny form.
Yep, that is correct. And there's those flippers.
Ooh, water toes, very nice. That's going to open up the hobo check and gain access to a couple more areas to look into. Ah, didn't quite get it.
Came really close. Decided to just go and check some Desert Palace areas. And well done. Let us have a nice cup of tea. There is one of the great fairies.
Lettuce tea.
Oh, there's Super Bunny Cave.
Oh, very nice. Another good access point for, of course, when they find the Moon Pearl.
So yeah, now checking the Desert Palace entrance.
Ooh, right side to the castle. Nice.
Ooh, Goomba finding the blacksmiths in Mini Moldorm Cave.
Also a great find, because the fun thing about these Crossworlds is you still have to bring the people to the right places. So blacksmith, gonna need to go to Mini Moldorm.
And what would normally be the Great Fairy in the Light World is actually where Sick Kid is.
Well, hopefully she'll be able to cure that poor sick kid.
Hopefully. We've been entering the Waterfall Ferry and one of the very not so useful rooms. It's just a house.
Yeah, I think that was actually the lumberjack house.
Ah.
Oh, wait, it was either that or it was actually the orange lady's house.
And arrows on the Zora ledge.
Another heart container for Hitzian. Starting to climb up there. And what does the king of scams have for us today?
A bee in a bottle.
Poor Vitor. Held underwater for so long.
Probably drowned. Poor thing.
So I guess it was a ransom then.
Now, it would be a big ransom if actually it was a golden bee.
Oh, yes. And, of course, getting the best text out of the Zelda cell, achieving the dungeon for, or the key for that dungeon.
Yeah, it's one of the only big keys in the game that is not randomized.
Ah, yes. Taking advantage of that bot.
A big key to Eastern Palace. Oh, that's going to be helpful.
Very nice. So, once we logically find that lamp, or once we have the lamp, we can logically clear Eastern, of course, once we have the... Oh, and it looks like Hitsu is in... Let's see, what dark room has those snakes?
That's what be Darkcross.
Ah. Oh, that's right, he's still in Castle Tower, of course.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, there's that lamp.
Oh, speak of the devil.
So that's logical east. Not really, but he can't like clear it. But he has logical access to Eastern Palace. Can't clear it, of course, he doesn't have the bow, but it's there.
Ooh, Dark World bumper cave there.
The entrance to that.
Check.
And there's Mini Moltorn Cave.
Nice, really great find. He's got to be super careful because he's only got 5 of these bombs.
Yeah, it's gonna be pretty much target practice if he if the RNG fails. Oh, that's unfortunate.
Let's see if he can get it. Oh, and Goomba, that one dark room was actually the entrance to Death Mountain. That's an excellent find.
That means he's gonna find his way. Gotta find a way all the way to a possibility where Death Mountain could actually be.
Oh, smart move for Hitzy in there. It's Vanilla.
Yay!
Oh, gets
a death, unfortunately.
Yeah, kind of blocked by those dead rocks. That's not very nice.
The good news about that is that it pretty much sets a checkpoint there, so it's alright.
And on Hitzian's side, we got the cape, a key to the castle tower, and...
Ooh, there we go. There's we can now open up Mystery Mire, the entrance to that at least, and see what's inside.
And what's also nice is since we've got that castle tower small key, if anyone's brave enough to venture through, they can go ahead and get to the back of Escape.
Here's the Dark World version of the Sanctuary. And the fire relic can be found in the Sanctuary. Thanks!
Such a great hint. Ooh, a nice little bit of easy money for Hitzian if he ever needs it.
And that's the room where ooh, Palace of Darkness and Tower Hera are 5/6 crystals.
Ooh, that's a nice one.
That's what I was saying.
It tells us,
yeah.
It tells us we don't have to worry about the bow being hidden at Pyramid Ferry.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, as I was saying, that room that Hitsia went into prior, that's actually the place. That's actually the one. You pull the rock outside of. Human Fairy, and that's the small key to GT. It's gonna be
Well,
pulled.
speaking of
Human Fairy. Okay. And nothing of importance. Like, there's literally nothing in that bottle.
no, it's the Great Fairy of pure oxygen.
Yes. Anyway, as I was gonna say, that the room that hits you with the thief guy. That's actually, I believe, that's the room where you pull the rock up, and that's near Ice Rock Cave,
yeah,
and you get some money out there.
Exactly. And Goomba getting his Thieves Town big key, that's gonna be great for clearing that. Where it looked like Hitzian was entering Sassy Pants' house and getting the left side of the main. Now this is gonna be interesting to see what we got here.
So now this leads to some a shop, which lets them buy 10 bombs.
Hey, that's an excellent find at this point.
Goomba checking Spike Cave's entrance, and I believe that's actually that's the room I'm talking about. Yep.
Ice Rod, Thief entrance.
Okay, so there was probably another room that's similar to that I keep forgetting, but
So good. Yeah, the one that we saw earlier with the, what is that, the tin pots? That's the desert thief.
There you go. That's more like it.
Those two are canonically brothers, but if
Pretty
they're
much.
not, I like to.
Yeah.
Now, in fact, Goomba is about to go pick up his big heart and check out Tower of Hera. Smart play right now, seeing as how there's still a lot of hunting to be done. Oh, I believe this is actually one of the cave entrances to the east side Death Mountain. I want to say the middle one?
I'm not familiar with this one because, not a lot of people go through here. It's pretty much pointless to go through here in a normal game. But if you're like,
oh yeah,
yeah, especially
I mean,
in go on.
Yeah, I get what you're saying there, because in most of these games, you don't see a lot of these rooms, so it's like, wait, where am I?
Yeah, that is true. There's the top of Bumper Cave. That's only 3 bombs.
Ooh, but the good news is Goomba gets access to one of the most difficult entries to the game, and it's the Witch's Hut.
Oh!
That is a fantastic find. Not only, once he finds it, he can turn in the mushroom, but that's gonna be major for him later on if the mushroom actually has anything decent.
Yeah, and in addition to that, he can actually stop by. The only problem is that it's so out of the way that he can't really. You just can't just float over to the to 2 and suck on potions. No, he's got to do a whole trek to get there.
Exactly.
Ooh, the shield on top of the floating islands.
So that's our other shield we're not going to get.
It's an Turtle Rock entrance.
Ooh. So that's the left side of the Mimic Cave connector.
That's where you normally come out from Paradox Cave.
And since he's got that big key to Turtle Rock, he's going to be able to check a couple more chests. And sadly, he doesn't have the hook shot or the Volcano Samaria, so he can't get to the big chest unless he's really, really careful with a bomb jump.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, that area is blocked. He can't even get to that.
Yeah, that's the problem. Since this is Keysanity, you don't normally you expect the key logic to be like maybe there's the key in the crystal roller room, but no, it's not.
Well, Goomba's having his fun little trek there. We got Hitsy and heading over to the Super Bunny area. Gonna be picking up these 2 chests.
Oh, we got Flute and Blue Mail.
Very nice finds.
And there's our first sword in the vanilla big key chest of Turtle Rock.
Oh, that's gonna be really, really good here. Once we actually find Skullwood's back end, then that's gonna be a quick fight.
That is 100% true.
That is the nice thing about these type of entrance shuffle. You don't have to worry about, messing around with any more keys or anything for Skullwoods, because you just basically got to find that back entrance and then make sure you got a sword. You got that,
Yeah.
and you're good.
Yeah, unfortunately for Goomba, he skipped Super Bunny Cave. I believe he found the entrance for it, but didn't go deep enough to find the flute.
Oh, hope he goes back. Oh, he finds the right side of the Elder's house.
Which leads into the dark world, which leads to Hive Cave.
Oh, I love it when they come out of areas that are bombable, but not bombed yet.
Yeah, that's a little bit of a fun thing about Keysanity. There's some weird quirks like that. That was just the bomb shot leads to Spike Cave.
Very nice. Now, one thing I forgot to mention when we found it earlier, the most annoying thing to do, and I hope to whatever deity out there that these poor players don't have to do it, you still have to take the red bomb all the way to the pyramid. So if you find the bomb shop somewhere like Death Mountain, you're gonna have a bit of a time getting it to the pyramid.
And I believe that I saw that over on Goomba that we found Ice Rock Cave.
Yep, indeed, and thankfully these guys will be noting it, so when the time comes that they've got the Moon Pearl, they can come back and get that check.
Mm-hmm. Hitzian drops back down into the well. He's grabbing that bug net.
The most useful item in the game, of course.
Oh yeah, I mean it's useful for getting safeties if you need them.
And of course, whooping nagging him.
Oh yeah, of course, for that awesome swag moment.
Hey, nothing's better than swag. Oh, a few more checks for Goomba off the... Oh, and that's right, it was Hitzian's castle town, not the Hyrule Castle. So he should be able to go ahead and get that second, if he can navigate the Dark Room.
Mm-hmm. Actually, though, I take that there's the opposite side of Ice Rod Cave. And actually leads to Ice Palace, funnily enough. The big keeper, at least.
1 in 216 chance, and that was actually...
Now, unfortunately, so Goomba deciding to skip on the race game for now. Goomba heading over to Paradise Cave now. Race game being a piece of art, that makes more sense.
Yeah, it looks like the Light World Hive Cave was... nothing. Just a big 20 on Lake Hylia.
Here's the Bumble Hut. That only leads to 20 rupees.
Yep, just stealing those poor brewers. Ah, Hitchin about to go get his lamp. And I do believe that we've gotten almost all of the Light World checks done for entrance. I believe except for Ice Rod, anything, of course, liftable or bonkable. So everything we have access to, we've pretty much checked at this point. So it really is just luck of the draw to see what item we can find to get us some more progression. I'd have to say that's the interesting part I enjoy most about anything to do with Entrance Shuffle. Is it's not, you know, what's the next item to help me complete a dungeon, it's what's the next item I can find to help entrances.
Yeah, that is true. It's like solving a pretty big. It's a really big puzzle. Like, if you think about Randomizer, in itself, it's a big old puzzle. But if you put in Keysanity and you put in the entrance, then it's a big puzzle. Like one of those 1,000-piece puzzles.
Pretty much, yeah. Not only having to factor in 216 pieces for items, we've got all those entries.
And the Dutch gems. Don't forget about that. Oh, yeah, actually, those count towards it. Right.
Mm-hmm. Now let's see. So far with the information that we've got access to Thieves Town, Ice Palace, Tower of Hera, Desert Palace. Just the front half, though. And the left side of Turtle Rock. So once we've got the items to go ahead and beat the bosses, we can complete a decent amount.
I attempted to do the same thing that Histion was doing a while back, getting that pixel perfect entrance. And Bonkrux actually was only 50 rupees.
Yeah, it looks like Goomba is still just going to go ahead and do a little bit more of the entryway searching. Because even though he's got the Thieves Town Big Key and the hammer, he's probably going to be holding off on Thieves Town until he either gets the small key or just feels a little bit more comfortable.
Yeah, with 5 hearts and a green mail, it's going to be quite a challenge.
Yeah, I don't blame him, for sure.
I can see on turns in the mushroom. It was going to make a pretty long trek to get over to where the potion shop is.
Mm-hmm. Well, we do know that the current route to get to the inside of the potion shop is Tower of Hera entrance, leading to another connector, which leads to outside of Bumper Cave. You mirror the Light World, and there you go.
And I wouldn't be surprised if Hinsian decides to go there once he opens up the old man.
Oh, that's true, because Goomba's the one that found it, so yeah, that's going to be a good find for him once he gets through all the Tower of Hera checks. And of course, the best hint. It's like seeing that hint about there being a unique item in Link's house, Numpty. Now Goomba's gonna be slightly disappointed when he finds out there's nothing much in Zelda's cell.
Yeah.
But hopefully he will do the Crossroads. Meanwhile, I got a little bit of back for Hitsu finding the Waterfall Fairy and not bothering to get himself any of that wonderful H. Truth be told, it's a lot better to see these types of rooms when you're coming through some place like that, because there are a lot of entrances here. And if they just happen to be one-offs, that's all the better. Ah, there we go. Okay, now Hitsuyin can also finish Thieves' Town.
So Hitsuyin decided to wait on going to Tower Hera, going to the connector of Tower Hera, just a little bit. Maybe wants to go back to a little bit later. There's that flute for Goomba.
I bet he's going to be happy to find that one. Oh, and finds the entrance to Mimic Cave.
Nice.
Finally getting a little bit of dungeon action. Goomba taking the time, since he's got that small key, to check out and use 2 checks to see what they got.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense here. Now he can, if once he finds the back at Desert Palace, he's able to clear it.
That is true. The tricky part with dungeons like these is you just gotta find it.
Yeah, that's the case with dungeons with multiple locations, like Skull Woods and like Desert Palace here. They can be pretty tricky to find the exact locations where those entrances lead to. There's that first sword from Hitsuyin.
Another wonderful hint telling us what we already know. Thank you, hint.
Yep, you are very helpful.
Another wonderful key to Ganon's Tower.
As far as Ganon's Tower is concerned, they can, well, actually once they get they'll probably be better with more keys than those two at the moment. Once they have enough to clear Ganon's Tower, of course. Or rather, we find Ganon's Tower.
Oh yeah, that's another fun bit. is technically, in these type of variants, you don't actually need all 7 crystals to gain access to Ganon's Tower. So Ganon's Tower may actually have some progressive items in there.
Now, the only thing that the 7 crystals really do is allow you to fight Ganon and also check what they for Ganon's Tower. That's pretty much it.
Exactly. Oh man,
And
even Waterfall Fairy's handing out that wonderful oxygen.
so yeah, both Pyramid Fairy and Waterfall Fairy giving up pretty much nothing. And with that, Goomba now has his flute activated.
Now, I don't believe... Ooh, we got the Turtle Rock entry from Ice Rod Cave. That's a good find. And the entrance to Mimic gives a connector, which I think we already knew.
Yep, that is true.
Now, I don't believe Hitbian actually decided to check out Tower and go through that bend. So he hasn't found the Witch's Hut just as yet.
Oh, there's Swamp Palace.
Very nice find. And the compass for Swamp Palace. Well, at least he'll know how many chests are there available there.
Ah, there's the bag of Skull Woods.
Very nice. Finding 2 dungeons in one small area.
And we also get Quake from it. Oh, we find the treasure game out in the opposite side from it. These two, one of many pod keys.
And Keysanity, of course, is a great reason why you should learn how to do the hammer jump and the potion. Because you do those 2 and you save yourself 2 small keys.
That is true. And there's Hype Cave. Oh, there's a can of Samari on the NPC.
Oh, that means Turtle Rock is full clearable except for the boss.
And Moon Pearl. Oh, man.
What a find. That is excellent.
That's a great Hype Cave.
With that, Goomba's gonna have a lot more luck in navigating. Now, at this point, you gotta stop and wonder, what would be a better thing to do? Go ahead and access the 4 chests you can in Turtle Rock, or continue looking for entrances?
Now, the only thing that we can't really get at the moment is that ice rods that would make that full clearable.
That definitely would be a gamble. Well, since we know of, well, basically the Turtle Rock entrance and the left side connector to that Beamos room, it might actually be a good idea to go ahead and, oh heck, we even know where Laser Bridge is. I would actually go ahead and take the time to clear the front end of Turtle Rock, pick up the 3 chests up front, and then check out the, oh no, they already did the chain chomp, so yeah, 3 items right there. That'd be quick and easy.
Yeah, that's a pretty big ad for Goomba.
Oh, finally getting some checks here for the desert, sorry, the pod area that he's gonna go check and see what we got for the entrance.
Yeah, Hitsion already did Hitsion did some checks earlier on, but now Goomba's probably gonna be the only one. Well, Goomba's one of the first of the two to even look at Pod's entrance.
Now, so far, I believe the only dungeons that we are missing are Eastern Palace, Pod, and Misery Mire. Nope. Yes. Because we've already found Thieves Town, let's see, Ice Palace, Desert Palace, both the entry and the other, Skullwoods back end, Turtle Rock, Swamp. See, this is why it really helps to have a notepad or an Excel sheet.
Or if you really want to, you can even get that Crossworld tracker, the entrance tracker. That's also pretty helpful too. And that's why Crossworld or entrance randomizers in general are quite a daunting thing to take on, because you got all this stuff to memorize.
Oh yeah. That is pretty daunting. Ah, looks like Goomba is finally going to head back to the top of Paradox. Now,
And this
did he
makes sense.
actually... Oh? Oh, yeah, gaining access to the west side of Dark World. Very smart.
Yeah, very nice.
And Hitzian getting his important stuff.
Turtle Rock is our green pendant.
Ooh.
And another bee in a bottle.
Goodness gracious. That's 3 that we've gotten so far that have all had bees.
Not the bees!
Thank you, I was waiting for that. Now, another interesting thing to note here, and I don't know if the developers intended it this way or if it just fell into place, but you just noticed that magically a Skull Woods entrance happens to be in Skull Woods. That's because the front half of Skull Woods will always be Skull Woods. Now, which one you get, that's going to be randomized. But out of those entrances and the drop downs and whatnot, that's all going to be Skull Woods.
Oh! Epsilon getting the hook shot.
That is an excellent find for Hitzian, and I feel so bad for Goomba not bothering to check.
Yeah! That allows them to clear Swamp Palace. Now, the only tricky thing about that, though, is that with his current sword in hand, it's going to take quite a while, so they're probably going to be waiting until they get a Master Sword or something.
Very true. That would be kind of a pain. You'd have to basically play Menu Simulator.
Yeah, and not to mention we're still missing that Swamp Palace key, so once they find that, they can clear it.
Yeah, kind of hard to get through a locked door with that key, of course. Oh, and that just dawned on me. I was wondering why Goomba and Hitzian haven't been opening up their menu quite often. Apparently they've got the Quick Swap enabled, which is a neat little function that you can use the L and R buttons to quick swap between items, so you don't have to sit there and menu the entire time.
Yeah, that is allowed in these Cross Keys maps. I don't believe it's allowed in normal races, but I could be mistaken.
Nah, not allowed in normal. But hey, speak of the devil, we've got our Swamp Palace small key.
Here we are.
And it looks like those are all of the single dungeon small keys. Oh, no, we've got Thieves Town. Once we find that one, then we are golden.
Yep, and of course that pinball room, it will always be a small key, so no crazy shenanigans there.
And one thing I do wonder if we're gonna have to wait until Goomba actually opens his menu eventually to check. But I don't believe Goomba checked the top half of Paradox Cave, because he doesn't have his bombos or his cape.
I don't know if that might have been a tracker mistake or what, but if he has gone up there, then and hey, that's nice.
Yeah.
At the moment, we're in the blank for now, as Bombable Hut leads to the arrow game, the bow game rather.
Oh, yeah, I think he does have. Oh no, he didn't. He just did his quick swap. He did not actually go to the northern part of Paradox Cave for some reason. Oh no, that's right. It was not Paradox Cave that had it. Was Mini Moldorm that had it.
Yeah.
Thank God our tracker is more intelligent than we are. Oh, that does make sense, yeah.
And the troubling thing is that we don't have the gloves just yet.
Yeah, it kind of makes things a little bit difficult to get to.
If you're going to the Graveyard Lights entrance, that leads to Agena.
Ooh, the good old fart cave.
Oh, don't remind me. And it leads to a small key in Turtle Rock.
Oh, very nice. Well, if he wanted to, he could go ahead and open up the door to Trinex.
Yeah, but we're still missing that ice rod, so yeah, that's a problem.
Semantics. Well, Goomba is going to go ahead and give us our first taste into Swamp. And this is good, because he can full clear it.
He doesn't have the hook shots.
That's right, we got Hitzian on the left side that has the hooks. Well, dang.
And this will be a tough one for Goomba.
Well, at least you got 3 more items here, so if we got something good. Hookshot was actually in the front portion of Turtle Rock, left side where the spikes are. And sadly, that's one area that Goomba decided to skip. After finding his cane, Hitzian dove right into the front end of Turtle Rock. Goomba decided to never look back.
Oh, there's another key for Ganon's Tower.
Yeah, looks like our runners are set for the small keys. Sadly, we can't combine the small keys into the big one. That'd be really nice.
What is this? This is a Minecraft. Like, it's not even Minecraft Dungeons. And even then, I don't believe it. They have a key combination system to make big keys.
Well, that's just so shameful. I'm kind of feeling bad for Goomba so far.
Yeah.
Something good is coming out of this left side check. Well, here comes our first one.
A big key to Tower of Hera.
Hey, that's a good find.
Let's hope there's something good on this other's chest.
Ice rod, ice rod, ice rod.
Don't put your eggs in all your eggs in a basket. I believe that's how it goes. But it's a small key to Turtle Rock. Close enough.
Hopefully that'll push him towards going back to Turtle Rock. Oh, looks like he is going to be fighting Mothman.
Yeah, he's pulling the trigger there.
Well, hey, that's, let's see, blue mail, 9 hearts, I'd feel confident.
Yeah, that's a good call to make that decision to go into the back here and clear Mothula.
Now, sadly, we still don't know where our, other 2 pendant dungeons are, but, you know, this is a safe bet that this is going to be... Deploying those hammer strats, very nice.
As we all know, that for those who aren't familiar, hammer does temper sword damage, so this will be a clean fight. Getting that magic sack out of it, and with that, at 1 hour, 5 minutes, and 20 seconds, Goomba has taken the first crystal of the race.
And getting that wonderful magic powder. Now let's see, since he dropped from Moth, you think that's moth dust?
Maybe.
I definitely wouldn't want to sprinkle that on anything. Smart idea. Now that he's got the big key to Tower of Terror, he can go ahead and get 3 more items. And a possible crystal. I mean, assuming he doesn't lose. Poor Hitzian almost not picking up that heart piece after digging it up.
Oh, ho, ho, there's that bow.
Such a great hint. Hey, you want to find the big key to get up here? Go here.
Oh, we also got the biggest Swamp Palace too. That only brings up the big chest, but that's all that key does.
Yeah, and you know, if there's something decent in this swamp, big chest, that's gonna be better for Goomba, because he had a dip without the hook shot. So let's see if this is gonna be a nice storm or a troll storm.
Played really nice.
Very nice.
And now Goomba extends their lead to 2.
Very nice. Now would be a fun time to go ahead and start looking for more big keys. Because we still need, well, at least 2 of them.
Yeah, we were looking for that pod key.
Thankfully, these guys are well versed with the bomb jump and ice palace, so we don't need any more ice palace keys. But you know what would be really great right about now?
What?
A glove.
Oh, definitely. We still are looking for a glove. And that glove is very much important too, especially when we get those times missed, because we still need to see what's inside Turtle Rock. It's interesting, Turtle Rock at least.
And I think Hitzian just found Ganon's tower.
Oh, here we go.
And Goomba finally getting that hook shot. Now I'm wondering if he's gonna pop right back down to Swamp or not. Kind of an interesting for Hitzian there. Oh, he accidentally hit the wrong button, that's why. He was thinking he was on a hook shot, but was on mirror instead. Whoops.
Nope. But just to make up for that, we got ourselves a Skullwoods small key. Not really too useful, but I believe I saw that there was a big key on a golden bee on one of the that quick switch. So if he's in a pinch, you might want to sell that for 100 rupees.
Mm-hmm. Or if he's not wanting to deploy the hammer strats, just let Moth have his new bow.
Mm-hmm.
Now, interesting enough, because Hitsu has the hookshot, the hammer, the fire rod, and he can go ahead and clear out all of the lower chests here in Ganon's tower. Because he didn't have the bow yet, he can't complete the top portion, but this will give him 22 chests and quite possibly some decent items.
The only thing is you can't really check the moments is that Bob's torch, and that's really it.
Yeah, best thing honestly is just to gaze at it from afar.
Yeah, and of course the GT big key. So yeah.
Now we typically leave this to be for open and standard mode, of course, but I always like to throw it in here with these Keysanities. Do you want to take a bet that the GT Big Key is going to be in Gannis Tower? Wow, okay. Excuse me for a moment while I go buy a lottery ticket.
Whoa, that's great.
Well, that's definitely a good find for Hitzian.
Definitely.
And thankfully nothing on the torch, so he should be able to go ahead and finish clearing it, and even get the big chest. Now, funny enough, that's one of the chests that people will actually check in Keysanities.
Oh, there's the glove! And a nice one, too! Oh!
Dang, Goomba. I mean, great find for Hitzian with the GT Big Key, but dang it, Goomba's just taking that lead and just running wild with it.
That is some great action from Goomba.
Goomba deciding to go with the spin slash strats. I gotta give him props for that. I actually would be more keen on using the menu simulator option.
Yeah, but it's a good idea to do either way, but hey, it works.
And over on his inside, sadly nothing paying off in the Randover. I got one of the ice rod strats there. Getting rewarded with the worst key ever. And a big chest check. Let's see what we got.
Ooh, a big key to Misery Mire.
Very interesting. Oh, that's gonna be a fun fight.
Yeah, here we go. It's popping the blue potion.
I don't blame him. And we'll see how many fire rod shots it takes to kill an Armos. Now, funny bit of info, you can actually kill the Armos Knights with the boomerang.
Huh. Interesting.
Now, anyone that's willing to do that, that's a completely other question there.
That's lockdown from Hitzion on the final Armos.
Very nice. Let's see if it pays off.
Oh, definitely. That's a master sword. And we get another small key to Ganon's tower in the potion shop.
So that is our last Ganon Tower small key. Now, if you play it safe, you can actually finish all of the chests and whatnot, and Ganon's Tower with just 3 small keys. You just gotta be real careful that you don't accidentally open a door you're not supposed to.
Mm-hmm.
So, there we go.
Yeah, here we go. Goomba's gonna get that Bombos and... Oh, in the cave. Yeah, there you go.
Looks like Hitsu is gonna go ahead and almost full clear swamp here. See if they're gonna go ahead and check out left side to get that Tower of Hera big key. Oh, we're finally getting it now that we've got a... We're gonna go ahead and check out the drop down here.
With this leads to the back escape. Instead, that's the drop down to Thieves' Hideout.
Ah, bummer. Of course, it was just 20 rupees. So just a nice little bit of exercise. I believe Hitzion already checked what the entrance to Graveyard Ledge was, and if I remember correctly, it wasn't anything interesting. That's right. Which leads to... money?
I believe so?
Oh, no, it was the small... which was about as good as money at this point.
Yeah.
It was useful. Because honestly, with all the entrances you've got, you just need one.
Yeah, that is true.
And to answer chat there, yes, actually, once we find the Titans no mode. Well, of course, with the actual location of both the Eastern Pod. But yeah, we know we'll be good for items. From there, we just need to figure out where in the world the dang dungeons are. And good. Hitzion is checking out, so he's gonna get his Tower of Hera big key. Whoops! Accidentally pushes the block the wrong way.
Oops.
Whoops.
It's okay though. Yeah, that's a simple fix.
Shout out to Simple Fix.
Oh, okay then.
Sorry, I had to take the opportunity.
Okay then. Goodbye, second catfish. And it's a key to Pod.
Ooh. So with that, I'm fairly certain Goomba would know how to do the potion glitch, but I don't know if he's confident with the hammer.
Now, you gotta consider this. He has a bow. He might not. He might have decided to go and go off and do. Actually, that's true. Oh yeah, this is Keysanity.
Yeah, still need the big key, and sadly we don't know the entrance yet for either Eastern or Pod.
That is
or
correct.
Meyer, for that matter. And with all the crystals in play, we know that Eastern's a crystal, and Pod is the other 5, 6. So we've got about a 50-50 chance here, with Desert Palace, Thieves Town, Ice Palace. Oh, and Goomba finally finding Ganon's tower.
It's down grabbing that big old package here from Swamp Palace,
Very nice.
and that 20 hint tongue ruby hint only just giving out nothing but green text and nothing more than a joke.
Nothing more than a slap to the face.
Pretty much.
Because it's just a big rat race. Dang it, now I kind of want to watch that movie.
I have no idea what you're referring to, but
Oh, it's such a great film. Need to Google Rat Race.
oh, okay.
It's hilarious.
Hitsu's off doing the Argus fight.
Much easier with the Masters. Wonderful tracker there was pointing out that under the big old outside of the Ganon Tower entrance that we found was the spiral cave.
Now, I'm not sure if Goomba will decide to go after that right after he's done with Ganon's tower.
Well, I mean, yeah, he can actually tower.
Yeah, it's likely because since we know that is another connected to somewhere, we don't know what though.
And I've had access to all the drop downs so far, well, of use. And here comes Goomba's shovel and Big.
And Big Key. Oh boy.
Still the greatest find of the evening. Alright, now hit to Master Sword going into this fight, so it's gonna be a little bit easier. Now, of course, that's what I get for not marking it down. Where was the
The fire rod? Or what?
the bow?
I cut off for a second, but I don't know.
Ah, got the top of Hera.
Ah, okay. Ah, right. So as Goomba's going through Ganon's tower, he finds another small key to Total Rock.
Yeah, definitely you can go ahead and open up the doors a whole lot easier. Just kind of barrel through them. Ooh! Itzian finding the King's Tomb.
Actually, so it's Porcutator.
Yeah, just some love. Gotta give a quick shout out to our wonderful Seiryu X, who's not only taking care of both of these wonderful runners on stream, but making sure us commentators aren't completely ignorant of everything. Now I'm wondering where Hitsuyan is going to go from here. Because we know that Agina is where you go to the Tower of Hera entrance, so I wonder if he's going to try heading back to Turtle Rock. Oh, nope, he is going to Agina. So, yep, he is going to go ahead and finish up Tower of Hera. Now, the fun question here would be, after finding the Swamp Palace Big Key, is he going to go ahead and head back to Swamp just to check that one item? Yeah, whoops! Hitzian having a little bit of trouble with those jellies. Ah, and the wonderful bomb jump. You don't really see that a whole lot because typically people have boots when they get to this area. But always a fun thing to go ahead and do that with the bomb. And Goomba coming up on his fight with the Ice Armor. Thankfully, the bow makes this so much easier.
Oh, definitely.
Hitzian getting his wonderful hint about, hey, you want to know how to get up here? You gotta go in there.
Yeah. Goomba grabbing his Master Sword along with the bow for Hitzian.
It's definitely gonna make things a bit easier. Ah, and making that climb. Now, this I gotta give him props on. I normally would not want to make this dredge without either half magic tempered or a little bit more health.
It's an 11 hearts. It's on Blue Mail. I can see it.
And honestly, it's a good call at this point because you've got all the stuff required to get up there and beat it. And like our tracker was pointing out, there are 3 chests locked between here and Aga 2. So definitely a good thing to go ahead and check it out.
Hitzian clearing Moldorm. And now Hitzian's all tied up with Goomba.
Very nice. So realistically, the only thing that Hitzian needs to do now is find that ice rod and try to find that other glove. Then as far as the items go, we'll be set. From there, it'll just be a race to see who can find the big keys and the entrances. Heh! Looks like we got a vanilla checkerboard cave.
Nice.
Oh man, I swear that one panel with the that co-op of SMZ3 with Andy and Ivan. I love it when the couch is trying to go ahead and explain what rando is and the memes behind it. Is this even randomized?
This is why I love this community.
Oh yeah. Gotta have a good laugh somewhere, and heck, it's always easiest to just make it about yourself.
Mm-hmm. Come on, I get the Moldorm 2 fight. Rambo 2 fight.
Landmal. By the time we were done saying it, it's already finished.
Yeah,
It's done.
it's late for me, so
It's all good. I typically stumble over myself when I'm 100% sane, so it's all.
yeah, that's me too.
Hitsu doing something kind of rare here. I'm not sure if Hitzian actually picked up the ice rod or not, but he's heading over there, so either he doesn't know that he has, or we don't know that he has.
Yep, he's got that ice glove.
Gotcha.
Ice rod.
He's got the nice rod.
Yes, that's it.
Pulling out the hammer strap.
Nice. That's always nice to see.
And thankfully, Master Sword on the ice head is a whole lot easier, because the fire rod does damage where the ice rod does not.
We got boots and gas tower.
That is an excellent find right there. Not only does it open up Bonk Rocks and the King's Tomb entry, but it just makes it so much easier to get around.
And we got a blue boomerang, so there's that.
Yep. Of course, it's arguably the better boomerang, but I don't know what those people are talking about. Ho ho ho!
Careful!
And Titan's mitts on Trinex.
Oh!
That means Hitsu is in item go mode, so once he's done finding keys and entrances, he's golden.
Yep, Boldorm's chest, by the way, gave out red mail.
A very fitting item for the validation chest of sorts. Moldorm's treasure, the last chest, what have you.
Yeah, I prefer to call it Moldorm's treasure or Moldorm's chest. That's life, man.
I like the literary version and just say it's Trolldorm's treasure.
Yeah, there you go.
But then I kind of feel bad that we're stealing his treasure. And then I remember he's dead.
Yeah, that's true. And we got Book of Medora and Spiral Cave.
Ooh, literacy. Nice. So that opens up the tablets for us.
Well, I mean, at this point for Hitzion, it's not really that much of a concern.
Very true, very true.
Always looking for his locations of Misery Mire. Not Misery Mire. We're looking for Eastern Palace and Desert Palace, and that's it. Or Eastern Palace and Pod, and that's it.
Yep. Now, to be fair, we still haven't seen heads or tails of the Pod Big Key, so I'm guessing item-wise, that's what he's still hunting for. Oh, and with that Master Sword, we can finally see what this entry is.
Ooh.
Right side to Desert Palace. Not useful in this case, but not a bad find.
Yeah. Close enough. Gooba drops down. Into Bag of Escape.
Ooh, we have not seen this yet.
Small key to Turtle Rock and the map for Ice Palace, but that's all that's there.
The chili burrito.
Oh.
Chili spelt with C-H-I-L-L-Y.
Yeah, that's what I figured. Thank you very much.
Now it'll be interesting to see who finds that Pod Big Key first. Poor Goomba probably won't be heading back to fight off Trinex anytime soon. Not only knowing that, of course, it's a green pendant, so nothing too useful. But yeah, with so many other things to check, I'm wondering if he is going to take the time to go ahead and actually.
Oh, it's Eastern Oh! Kingstone
Alright.
leads to Eastern Palace.
That's a good find for him.
So those boots were definitely required to get into Eastern Palace. Oh! Well, to be fair, Desert Palace, we already knew that, I believe.
Oh, wait, hold on. Yeah, I think that's the... I think that was actually the entrance, though. The left side?
I believe so.
Yeah, of course, that's like one of the few things I did not actually write down. Ooh,
Oh,
half
half
magic.
magic.
Very nice. Oh, crack in the pyramid leads to Turtle Rock.
That would be our 5-6 crystals, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep. So thankfully they don't have to worry about breaking up the pyramid to get there. And hold on, is Hitzian's in Pod? What the?
Oh no!
Was that? That was Dark Death Mountain.
Oh!
Pod is Mitzlogged. Holy cow!
If I'm not mistaken, that's no mode. Well, yeah, no. I sure still looking for that pot big key, but. Oh, silver arrows in Eastern Palace.
What a place to find them. Alright, so all we need to do is basically find that pod big key and we will be good to go. But yeah, Hitsu needs to head back to Ganon's town, beat Aghanim 2 and find those boots.
Lucky to Hyrule Castle, but that's pretty irrelevant. Our container. Goomba making their way over to Zelda Gamer Room in the next room coming up.
Ah, he is foregoing the middle chest there.
Goomba clearing Armos. Only a 1 rupee.
But that does get him his 4th crystal.
Now he's still not in the lead just yet because he needs to make that trek over to Turtle Rock for that Tides.
Yep, so we got Goomba needing to go beat up Trinex to get those Titans, and we need Hitsu to go ahead and beat up Aga to get those boots. So currently the only thing we're needing item-wise would just be convenience. If we can find another sword, we're good. And key-wise, we just need that pod big key.
Mm-hmm. 10 arrows and 10 bombs in the harmless hell way.
Now I think Hitsu, yeah, he's gonna do it. He's setting up for the the hammer yump.
Now the hammer jump is probably one of the trickiest bomb jumps in the game, alongside the Ice Palace bomb jump. You gotta have your bomb at a really precise pixel and have Link at a pretty precise pixel, but nails it.
Very nice.
We got Blind's Hut.
Ooh, that's a good find for Goomba. Very rarely do we head into Blind's Hut with a mirror, but it's always funny when we do.
Tempered sword!
Oh, heck yes. Alright, so with
There we
this,
go.
Goomba is 100% ready for items. He has tempered, he's got silvers.
Oh!
Alright, and he's in go mode as long as he knows where that pod entry is.
Oh, there we go.
Oh man, that is just nuts. So yeah, Goomba, I'm gonna just say it now, has a commanding lead.
Definitely, at this point in time, we are in no mode. If so as long as Goomba knows where that pod entrance is, and especially that considering the only thing he's missing now at this point is those mitts.
And truthfully, from the way things are set right now, he would not actually need those mitts, because we know where the Ganon fight is, and that's over at the Magic Pad, so you just need the hammer. We know where Ice Palace entry is, and that's Blind's hut. We've got, well, when he finds it, we've got Pod, which isn't mitts, or was Pod mitts. Yeah, the entry to Pod is mitts locked.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Shoot, so yeah, we're gonna need those.
Yeah, that's why I'm considering this is no mode.
Ah, so dangerous for both these players because one bad mistake, or one poor decision, and that's the lead. And chat does bring up a good point. We've gotten the entrance for Desert Palace on 3 locations, left side, middle, and right. I don't believe we've seen backside Desert Palace yet.
Oh. No.
But the Turtle Rock entry is ether locked.
Oh.
So it'll be interesting to see.
We don't even need it.
Alright, there is our Desert Palace back half. So Hitsu's gonna finish up Land Molass here pretty quick. So yeah, both Desert and Pod were mitts locked. Misery Mire and Thieves Town. Oh, that's right, we don't know which one is the crystal and which one is the pendant. Desert Palace may be a pendant. If it happens to be the crystal, then Hitzian's safe. We have not seen Misery Mire, but we don't know if Misery Mire is a crystal yet.
Misery Mire, only the Light World Take a Chance game, or whatever it's called.
Man, Hitzian making quick work out of 2 of those worms. Just barely missing the 2 cycle for that one. And he takes him down.
Nice. It's a pendant. Ooh.
Alright.
Game's still alive.
We got a 50-50 chance here. We know where Thieves Town is. Thieves Town is the witch's hut. So if he wanted to, he could beeline over to there, clear Thieves Town, and see if that's the final pendant or if it's the final crystal.
Hold on, we got a hookshot cave.
Ah, just a sky burrito.
For Ganon's Tower too.
Oh, another pod small key.
And a small key to the castle tower, but that's pretty it. That's pretty much it.
Well, I mean, hey, if Hitzian wants to go ahead and finish up Aga 1, he can.
Mm-hmm.
Now, unfortunately, Goomba is still not taking the time to go into Turtle. He was right there. The top of Paradox Cave leads to left side of Turtle Rock where the BMOS is. He can go in there if he needs. But he's not taking that chance.
Yeah, and he's gonna be costing him quite a lot. As remember, those Titans mess are on Trinex. Now, if Hitsion finds the big key to Pod, you'll pretty much steal the lead from from Goomba at the moment. And a small key to Misery Mire in the Mire Shed, but that's it.
And let's see what we got with Hammer Pegs.
And another Fortune Teller.
So nothing useful there, sadly. Now, funny enough, I don't believe Hitsion has actually delivered Jeremiah back home yet, and since he's got the Titan's mitts, he can.
That is true. Shovel spent only 20 rupees, but at this point in the game, where do you even go?
Right? This is like bottom of the barrel stuff. And I think Goomba might be making the right play here to go ahead and finish up Ice Palace. He's got the big key, so he can unlock every chest. And since we've got the bomb jump available, you can actually clear this entire thing with just the big key chest. You don't have to worry about having any small keys at all.
It's true. Small key to Thieves Town.
That's an excellent find. Now we can full clear that without any worry.
Oh boy. Now it would be quite a nightmare if the big chest has that big key to Pod in Thieves Town.
Now, a fun thing that most of these players are going to avoid for a while is getting into Misery Mire itself. If they find the entrance, I doubt anyone's going to take the time to go ahead and finish it. And it looked like that hint was just the Skull Woods leading to Death Mountain.
Yeah, so Goomba's setting up for the bomb jump. This is also a pretty tricky bomb jump because it's also horizontal. You have to make a horizontal pixel perfect location and a vertical pixel perfect location. The good way to set it up is if once you place your bomb, you put the sword, you put like only one pixel between the bomb and your sword, and that's it. If you line up just right, you'll get the bomb jump.
Oh, I never used that one, X. I found a neat little guide that explains how to do it through the shadow. If you set up your shadow just right, and the pixels below it form that little, what is that? The little Tetris block, so it kind of looks like a Z.
Yes.
Then you've got it.
Yeah, that's what I do too. Or if it's a block with like, oh, that's ether.
Ooh, we've got access. That is nice.
Turtle block to be opened now. Cane of Burna.
Ooh. Blue Cane's always good. And with that, we've got every unique item found. So now we just need to find that pod.
Did we ever find a single arrow?
Did we find what now?
The single arrow?
Oh, that's true. I don't think we found the single arrow yet. Funny enough, I think we actually found all 3 shields. It's just nobody wanted to pick them up.
That is true. That is the case. Yeah. Nice bomb jump from Goomba.
Ah, very nice. Hitzian definitely making the right play to head over to Ice Palace.
Koopa making our way over to the iced tea room. And a small key to pod again.
Oh, I think that's actually our last key to pod.
I think there is another small key, but as far as I'm aware, that's all that I can think of.
Oh yeah, I mean there's no real reason to worry about getting the 6th key for pod, because you play it upright, you never have to worry about opening that front door.
Oh, right, of course. And a map to Misery Mire, but that's pretty much pointless.
That could let us know if Misery Mire is going to be required or not.
Oh, that's true. All it comes down to is a map check.
Mm-hmm. And with that half magic, this is going to be a quick fight.
Still having a little bit of trouble setting up the bomb jump, but he gets it now. Third time's a charm.
Oh man, I sneezed. What happened to Gold Stair?
That was a quick cold stare fight, and well done for Goomba. So for the moment, he has the lead, but he still needs to go into Turtle Rock.
Yeah, that's going to be the tricky thing for him, though. Is he going to go ahead and risk... Well, we know it should be, but is he going to risk taking the time to go fight Trinex?
Maybe this might be the play he needs to make. Go there now, and he will begin those Titans mitts.
Mm-hmm. Because we know from earlier, he decided to skip out on the front part of Turtle Rock, which let Hitzian end up getting the hookshot and the, oh yeah, the hookshot much, much earlier.
But Gooma's pulling the trigger. Yep, Gooma's pulling the trigger there.
Hitzian doing the cool clip with the stairs there.
Yeah, but it's still not as cool as the swag spin clip.
Okay, I will agree to that, but I'm still privy to the hookshot because that's the only one I can do.
Yeah, yeah. Goomba steps forward into the Trinex fight.
And that tempered is gonna make it super easy.
Nice phase 1 for Goomba. Nice phase 2.
Excellent fight.
So that Goomba gets his tie-ins mitts. He has control. He pretty much has a pretty decent control over the lead now.
Now, wouldn't it just be a kick in the pants if we find out that the lava room ended up having the big key to pod? Because I believe both players skipped it.
Oh boy, that would be rough. Yeah, but fortunately for Goomba, he has that pod big key, so he's not too concerned.
Oh, and a good point through chat that would just be mean if it turned out to be good old Sassy Pants holding the pod big key.
Oh, that would be rough.
Oh, and Misery Mire is the last crystal. Thieves Town is the last pendant.
Ooh, he dodged the bullet.
That is gonna be tough. Well, Goomba finds his pod entry, so he's gonna go ahead and clear that up.
So Goomba actually pretty much closing the gap on Hitsuyan at the moment.
Oh, he's not even bothering with those. Oh, that's right. Well, because he's got the big key to pod and he's got everything he needs. He's in literal go mode. He just needs to find that Misery Mire entrance.
Yeah, that's oh boy. Once we find the Misery Mire entrance, that is actual go mode.
Yep.
It's possible that my guess is that maybe you need to use an ether on Turtle Rock and get into Misery Mire.
That would be interesting.
We're running out of entrances really quickly. That's like the only thing I can think of.
Yeah, the only ones we haven't checked so far would be Turtle Rock. I think Turtle Rock entrance is one of the only ones.
Huh. But, oh boy, Hitsuyan actually up. Yeah, the entrance to GT too. That's a possibility.
Well, entrance to GT won't be because it's going to be locked by the 7 crystals.
Yeah, at the moment at least. Well, yeah, because Misery Mire would have to be he needs to clear Misery Mire, so GT can't be possibility. So it's got to be Turtle Rock. Down goes Helmostar. Hitsuyan going deep into T's down. This is going to be so Goomba pretty much extending their lead.
Yeah, I'd say at this point this is Goomba's race to lose. Honestly, the trickiest part is going to be who's going to find Misery Mire first.
Again, I have to say this again. It has to be none other than Turtle Rock. It has to open up Turtle Rock in order to get there. So, yeah. I don't believe we've seen Ice Palace yet.
Oh, the entry from Ice Palace to this area here?
Yeah, which leads out into Mimic Cave.
Yep, one of the connectors.
And that's pretty much it.
Now, if Goomba were a betting man, would be a good time to pop over to Turtle Rock and open.
Yeah, that's the that would be the play to make, and that's where it is, and that's where Misery Mire is. Oh boy.
Hitsu popping into the blind fight, getting a wonderful pun. New invention of the light bulb, enlighten me.
Right.
Hammer pegs, get your hammer pegs here.
And I believe that's already checked. I might be wrong though.
Oof. Third pendant for Hitsu. Let's see if we get ourselves a blind ped pole.
Yeah, that would be interesting. Because he has all 3 pendants.
Come on, Hitsu. Give us what chat wants.
Oh, he's going to 5 instead, but oh well.
Curses.
Hold your pause.
Ooh, he's floating away.
To 1.
Oh.
Goomba making their way over to Total Rock now. Oh boy, Hitsion's actually going to be joining up with them too, it looks like. Oh, no, he's actually going to be going to the hookshot lock side.
Oof.
But before getting dead rocked.
Those dang dead rocks. I find it funny that we've got 2 shields on 2 floating areas.
Not to mention too, Goomba has the advantage of those boots. Oh boy, here it comes. Ether tablet's out. Goomba opens up Turtle Rock.
And we'll see if we miscounted.
That or yeah, either this is go mode or the game continues. The game is now in go mode at 2 hours, 1 minute, and 5 seconds. That is Misery Mire. Oh boy!
That has been one heck of a play so far. Now, sadly, poor Hitsu is going to go ahead and finish up Misery Mire before finding boots in the top of GT, which unfortunately he needs to do ASAP.
Yeah, because he's still missing those boots.
And without those boots, he's not going to be able to get the pod, big key, or access to Eastern. Now, I would not expect Goomba to check anything else, but I think Hizion is going to go ahead and check the items here in Misery Mire, because he's still thinking that the boots are going to be somewhere, here.
Goomba now entering the Vitreous fight. As a game of Space Invaders. Wait, there's no swords in Space Invaders.
And Goomba now finishing the Vitreous fight. And hey, we got our single arrow over on Hitzion's side.
Oh, that's a kick in the teeth right there for Hitsion. Ooh. Yikes.
Alright, and now with the 7th crystal out of the way, Goomba can now very quickly head over to the Magic Bat and finish up this game. Alright, he's jumping down at 204. Let's see if we can get it here before 210.
Yeah, I thought it might like the show. They said the worm visit, blah blah blah. I have no idea what that said. That was really quick. Nice setup for Goomba. Got a nice double. Oh, this is a good position for Goomba. Wow.
Very nice. And it just dawned on me, he saved 4 arrows specifically for the...
Oh, that is some good timing. Unfortunately, he really needs to be accurate with these shots if he wants to clear Ganon here and win the seed. But with the current rate of the fight here, of this battle, with this between the two runners, this won't be a big problem if he's gonna find arrows.
Oh yeah.
And did we find those silver arrows in the user palace? We definitely did.
And of course, chat having to spoil our fun by reminding us that silverless Ganon is a thing.
Of course, yeah. There's a second shot.
Ooh, almost
Careful.
getting knocked off.
There
But
we
he
go.
gets him. He just needs to make sure not to fall off the bridge. And he's cleared. GG's in chat for Goom finishing first on Restream and first in the race with an SRL time of 2 hours, 5 minutes, and 39 seconds.
GG to Goomba. What a race.
I'm gonna go ahead and try getting him inside for a quick interview. And we are welcomed by the illustrious Goomba.
Hey, GG.
GG.
So
That was weird.
what a Meyer entrance, right?
That like last sequence there with like half the dungeons being locked behind in the midst, that was really weird.
Oh yeah. We were actually kind of worried there for a bit because when you first entered the Turtle Rock area, you skipped out the front half, left the hookshot behind, and then you waited so long to get the back end. We were like, okay, hopefully Goomba goes and gets his Titan's mitts, because that's all he needs.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I just wanted to make sure I checked all the entrances I could before I went looking for the myths.
I mean, that's fair. I mean, truthfully, you've got very, very low chance of having Turtle Rock actually be anything useful. It just happened that, of course, fate was not on our side today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I gotta give you props, though, because we weren't paying attention to the key count. When you had already found the big key to pod, you started go mode and everything. We were like, uh-oh, what's he doing? What's happening? But you just bulldozed through that like it was nothing.
I mean, like, there was a point, right, where I had the tools to complete every single dungeon, but I couldn't access, like, 5 of them, and I had no idea which ones I was supposed to do.
Oh,
Like,
yeah,
I had no info on Thieves' Town, Desert Palace, or Misery Mire, and I didn't know where Mire, Desert, or Pod were, so
Oh, yeah. Well,
it was a real
thankfully,
mess.
I'll say. That one map that you got for Misery Mire, we noticed that you picked that up in Ice Palace, and that last check pretty much cinched it for us. Because with the information we saw privy, it was either Thieves' Town or Misery Mire. One of those two were going to be the last pendant. And when you brought up that map, we were like, bingo. Now you just got to find it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And the only possible location that we knew that was going to be there, because could be GT because we needed 7 crystals. So the only possible location for us was Turtle Rock, and well, lo and behold, that's where it is.
Yeah. Extra evil of the game, by the way, to make sure that Turtle Rock was Ether, so you had to get Ether from Ice Palace, preventing you from being able to go mode that.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And if you happen to get the myths first, and you're like, oh well, like I'm in go mode now, surely I won't get bitten by a medallion for Turtle Rock, right? And then you go mode Ice Palace, and then you're screwed.
Oh boy!
Yeah.
That would
And
be bad.
look at that. Pad was vanilla.
Oh, wow, yeah.
The unknown
Nice.
sword.
Very nice. Well, how do you feel getting the first place in the whole SRL race?
It feels pretty good. I've been having some kind of bad luck lately, so it's nice to get a win under my belt again.
Oh yeah, especially with something like cross keys.
Yeah.
It is
Yeah.
not an easy thing to play.
Yeah, I compared it to a 1,000 piece puzzle.
I mean, Cross Keys is easily my favorite game mode. I play it more than like anything else, so I'm pretty well versed in it, but it can be a bit of a headache at times.
Yeah, of course. That's something I haven't learned myself because I'm still getting used to racing and doing seeds and all. But once I feel ready, I'm definitely taking the challenge.
Yep. It's a lot of fun once you get used to it.
Mm-hmm. Well, any words of wisdom for the aspiring cross key runners?
I don't know. Like, honestly, the key is just to minimize the amount of backtracking you do, because you usually have to do so much of the game anyway.
He's pulling it. Hitsu's
that
pulling
you
it. He's pulling it.
Well, he's about to find his tempered.
Vanilla pet. Vanilla pet. Woo! There it is.
You can't just do that. You can't walk up to the pedestal with 3 pendants, then check it with the book before pulling it. You can't do that.
Right?
No,
That's
no.
so rude.
Like, if you walk up to it with 3 pendants, you're obligated to blind pull it. I call shenanigans.
Yeah.
Totally.
Oh.
Now, I gotta say, I don't know, honestly, if it would just be luck overall or what, but the fact that you found the Ganon Tower entrance after you had picked up the bow worked in your favor. Because Hitsu found the entrance before he got the bow, so he missed out on the boots. And he is yet to go back up there.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. Those boots are a little bit required.
Yeah, just for a big key in one of the required dungeons, nothing much.
And no biggie. Just 2 very important things.
But yeah, I gotta say, GG's again for a spectacular race.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. It's 5 in the morning, but I'm glad I stayed up for this. It was probably worth it.
Oh, definitely.
And we'll see how I feel when I wake up, but for now I think it was worth it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, but you've earned some good rest and relaxation.
A little bit of R&R.
Yep.
Any last thoughts on the seed or anything else you want to convey?
No, not really. Just thanks for putting on the race and all that. And thanks for commentating. Thanks for the trackers. Thanks for featuring me. All that stuff. It was a pleasure.
Oh, no worries, and it's always a pleasure to have you running. Hope to see you again in the future.
Yep.
Yeah.
Take care, man.
Yeah, I'm hop on out of here and probably go get some sleep.
Yeah. Good night,
Rest
man.
well, bud.
Good night, man.
Good night.
Whew.
Well, definitely a great seed right there to watch. I'm still kind of not one to want to play these seeds. Kind of evident on how it went through, but ooh, gotta give Goomba props for being able to finish it so quickly.
Yeah, that is, again, cross keys is quite it's quite a daunting thing. But when you figure it out, like Goomba said, it's not that bad at all. It's all about just, okay, where do I go? Once I got this figured out, where do I go next? And the like, it all works out.
Exactly. Now over on Hitsu's side, he is gonna check out the back end of Escape. Didn't take the time to find where the drop-down portion was, so he's taking a longer route. But he's gonna find that it's nothing of real good value. Yeah, another cave burrito, a turtle rock smoky, and $50. So it all boils down to when is Hitzian gonna go back to Ganon's tower?
Yeah, at this point, he's last location and everything, and he can possibly go.
I mean, to be fair, that's 3 chests in a really, really bad location to check.
Oh, no kidding.
But I think he is making the way over there. Because, yeah, the Dark World Ice Rod Caves where we got GT, so I think he's making the play.
Yep, he's going there now.
Alright. Let's go ahead and make some guesses. And Jack can bring in this too. How many Rage Slashes are we going to see once he finds those boots?
Oh
Guess
boy.
will be 0 to 1,000,000.
Probably, like I wouldn't be surprised if I don't want to be that kind of guy, but I wouldn't be surprised if this kind of leads to a forfeit. I don't want to be that guy, but yeah, it's been a long race.
I was gonna say I've seen it a couple where you have last location and item after so long, and it's like, nope, I'm done, and I honestly don't blame them.
Yeah, that's a rough location for those boots.
I mean, I gotta give props to these runners for being able to stick it through so long, especially on crazy seeds, and ones that are so difficult that you have to literally go through an entire just to remember where things are. Being able to finish accomplishment in its own. But good idea for Hitzian to go ahead and take the moment to go restock. Definitely don't want to climb the tower just to find some bad news.
Yeah.
Now the plus is he is going to find his butter sword here, so it's going to make...
Cristiano into Lambo too.
Taken one down. Other two kind of escape him. There's 2, and 3. Now, for anyone wondering why the sound is going back to default and not, Ganon, whenever there is no usable audio, we just go ahead and use the soundtrack so people can enjoy the wonderful music that is A Link to the... So do not worry, that is not you going insane. This is actually just music we play for the fun of it.
I really like the Cadence of Hyrule's remixes of Link to the Past music.
Oh, I love that.
Lost looks. I love what they did to Lost Woods. That's honestly one of my favorite tracks. I don't even have Cadence of Hyrule. I have Necro Dancer, but I don't have Cadence of Hyrule.
Speedrunners going these days. I honestly don't need to buy it. I just watch them.
Yeah, of course.
And speaking of fun stuff, feel free to go ahead and check out our speed gaming information.
Oh, not
all the wonderful stuff.
Not a Rage Slash, but a bomb instead.
Oh. Well, that
Close enough.
leave a nice little bomb for the chest.
Close enough.
Hey, and the blue boomerang. Yay!
Yay!
Whoops!
Oops. Uh-oh.
And going for round fight.
There we go.
He gets him. Taking down the trolliest of dorms.
And there's that
Yeah.
red mail.
Not even gonna bother with the Agatu fight.
I don't blame him. So if you're Hitsuya, where do you go now?
Oh, that's the fun part. Well, he's got the boots, so he should realize that he's got 3 locations he can get, 2 of which will be right for the picking for what he needs.
Mm-hmm.
And he's on the right track for the first one. Gonna check out Bonk Rocks to get the Blind Cell, or Blind's Basement, and get the Pod Big Key and the Butter Sword. Oh no, this was the C-shaped house.
Yeah.
It was the other Bonk Rocks. Because East, which he, and I have a feeling he's already aware of it. Since this is literally the last, well, second to last location he. And since he's still looking for that Pod Big Key, he is still checking things. Smart move, because this is gonna have. And then hopefully he'll go ahead and check to the west of Link's house and grab himself his Pod Big Key, which will put him in go mode. Oh, and collecting items in Eastern, we did have our second place finisher for the SRL raid. And I'm gonna butcher this name. Dracarys.
Dracarys, I think it is.
There we go. Finishes second with a time of 2 hours, 17 minutes, and 11 seconds. Hitsu picking up his half magic makes the remainder of the fight a little bit. Getting that all-powerful tower burrito. And all this talk of burritos is actually making me hungry.
Oh dear. Nah, I'd rather play Mario Maker 2 than eating right now, so.
And those are the woes of a fat man. And
There's those sombreros.
Perfect timing for Harmos, of course.
Yeah.
Well, seeing as how all the other entrances are already set, he's like, yeah, that's alright.
Props to Hitsuya for toughing it out, though.
Oh, yeah. I think even at this point, I'd go ahead and throw in the towel.
Yeah, of course. We do have another finisher, though. Recitador in third place with a time of 2:24:33.
Ooh, very nice. And it looks like we've still got about 10 more racers. 11 more racers that are still going. Hits.
Yeah, including Hisyon.
Yeah, getting his 6th crystal. Hopefully we'll be checking out the bonk rocks to the left of Link's house momentarily. Which I think he's heading there. Yep, he's going. Surprise! It's items. Oh wait, sorry. Surprise! Oh dang. Look at that. 18 heart container.
There's that gold sword for Hisyon.
Just tossing bombs left and right.
I don't blame Hisyon at all.
Yeah,
oh, boy.
he knows it. He knows what that is.
Oh, poor Hisyon.
Oh hey, at 2:26:40, he is in go mode.
Oh boy.
All he has to do is pop over to the pod entrance, and we're good.
Yeah, and he's clear.
Yep. Now, I do believe that it is the right side cave of Dark Death Mountain that leads to the pod entrance, so this should be pretty quick.
Yeah. No kidding. This is a global pod, so he doesn't have to do any crazy stuff afterwards, so.
Oh yeah, I think he's actually checked all the other items, so it should be a pretty quick 1-2 punch.
Mm-hmm. Yep, there's Dark Death. There's Death Pod.
Yep. Pod. Yeah.
Oh no! Bad.
That was a wonderful pun.
No, stop it, Sario. It's late. You know this.
Well, while Hitzian is finishing up his little trek to Helmasaur, I'm going to go ahead and plug a couple of things real quick. Sadly, we are done with racing for tonight. But feel free to check us out tomorrow. We've got a couple of cool things going on. We got our 2 p.m. Link to the Past daily race. It will be an open. Tomorrow evening, we've got Kirby Nightmare in Dreamland. Another daily race, which will be a standard, and our Wind Waker Randomizer weekly race. Oh, and look at that, Helmasaur's down. What do you know?
Yeah, all he's got to do now is clear out Ganon, and he's all done.
Yep, he's got to just mosey on over the magic bat, and he's good. And he's off. He's fighting the big pig. He's taking a few... Dodges some big old spear tridents. Smacks him on the... Perfect setup for the dash. Keeps going at it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Takes him out of the second phase. Lickety split. Ganon's teleporting. He's going right. He's going left. Disappearing without a trace. He jumps. That's the first one. He's going again. He jumps. That's the second one. To the other side. Jumps to the third one. To break the floor. Now it's time to shoot that big... That's a 1. Misses the torch glitch, but that's okay, because that's a 2.
Well, to be fair, he wasn't in the right position to set up the torch glitch anyway, so whatever.
Yeah, it's all good. That's a 3.
And that is a 4.
GG's in chat for Mr. Hitsuyan.
And with that, Keysanity has finished in 6th place with a time of 2:32.11. Following Recitador, we have Frostbite 3030 in 4th place with a time of 2:30.53. And Matt 7898 in 5th place with a time of 2:31.45.
Ho ho! And popping right after Hitsuyan. Hitsuyan finishing 6th place with a time of 2:32. Legord finishing 7th with 2:33 on the dot.
And speaking of Hitsuyan, here's Hitsuyan.
GG's.
GG.
Oh man, what a scene. So, about them boots.
That is the worst seed I have ever played.
Yeah, and the shock and revelation that there was a vanilla sword on pad. Oh boy.
Yeah, I did a lot of mistakes in this seed, I guess. I went in every area without the gloves, then I double dipped again in this area. So I was, I guess, 3 times in the GT area, but only did it 1 time. The second time I had the bow and don't wanted to climb. And yeah, that saved a really long backtrack, I guess.
Hey, we don't blame you. I mean, heading up to Ganon's Tower without the bow in the first place is a nuisance, because that's 3 items. It's not typically something you need to worry about. Well, I mean, 4 technically. But, again, it's not a huge thing when you got 22 downstairs. It's not a problem. But then you throw in the whole mix of, you know, this crazy thing where one of the required items happens to be bow locked. It was a luck of the draw. That's honestly all it was. But I gotta say, good game on this one. Seeing as how this seed pretty much played hectic on everybody. I think, yeah, if I'm looking at this, within the span of 10 minutes, we got 6 people placing. When it was nothing but silence for the better part of 2 hours. So, real good game on that one. I gotta say though, when you found that ether medallion in I
was really mad.
I was gonna say, how did you feel about that, thinking, huh, I've got all the medallions, I wonder where Meyer is?
Yeah, I climbed before I find Aoife the mountain, so I checked Turtle Rock, and 1 second later I find Aoife, and I was sure there is something because I had only the boots locations and this one left. And I was hoping that the boots are in Meyer after finding that one. I mean, I was hoping for the boots in every dungeon I did before climbing the mountain. GT.
You see, that would have been the nice logical thing, but as we all know, Link to the Past Randomizer is neither nice nor logical.
But in the end, I was sure there's something because I got all the keys for GT, and most times, if you get all keys of Turtle Rock or GT, there is something like the mids on Trinex. I was really sure this boss has something because I got a lot of keys and the ice rod after each other, so
Oh yeah, that was
that was
actually
my fail, that I don't climb GT. Don't want it to lose 5 minutes and there's nothing, but there was something.
I think that was honestly the downfall that we saw, because it was the fact that you stuck in and got to Trinex and it had the Titansmiths was a fantastic find. That kind of pushed you ahead of Goomba for a bit, but because Goomba didn't decide to go for it, he left Turtle Rock for like an hour and a half. He didn't bother touching Trinex. He checked everywhere else, including Tower of Hera to get the bow and Ganon's Tower to find the boots. I think that's because he didn't have anything else to check.
Oh, so he had mids for go mode, or was it a
Yep.
key?
It was
Okay, that's nice.
the mitts that led over to it was mitts, yeah, because he had already found the pod big key through the blinds chest there. But yeah, his go mode was basically finding those Titansmiths, and it's like, all right, we're good. Now I just got to find out what the entrances are.
I never climbed the mountain so many times without boots.
Oh yeah, that must have just been terrible to go through so many times. But gotta give you props for sticking with it, man. There are points where I would have just been like, nope, I'm done. I throw in the towel. But any words of wisdom to give to any aspiring cross-key players?
Oh, not really. Thank you guys for picking me up, commentating, tracking. For commentating so long. It's not easy, and yeah, thank you.
Oh, no problem. I've got Professor Renderer here, so it was never boring.
Oh, of course. Right, well, I'm just watching Buller play Mario Maker, so there you go.
Well, thanks for taking the time to run. It was a pleasure having you again, Hitsy. Hope to see you again soon.
Yeah, guys, bye-bye.
Yeah.
Have a good night. Oof, man, what a seed. So fun.
Cross Keys is really exciting to watch and very fun to just watch in general. So thanks to Seiryu for tracking it. Of course, my co-commentator, Mr. Scrap Ninja Tuna, for finding that Galaxy Brain play in Ganon's Tower with that big key.
Oh, I had to make something good of it, so definitely a good play there.
Oh.
But yeah, I'm definitely saving that clip for later. That will go down in history.
Yeah. Take care, everybody.
Have a good one, folks.
Yeah.